Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far. Today's video is going to be Foundation 101. So all about foundation today. I'm going to take you kind of back to the basics and just cover everything about foundation. So why we wear foundation, the purpose of foundation, the benefits, how to pick a foundation for your personal skin tone, your skin type, your undertone, different ways to apply foundation, and then of course some of my all-time favorite foundations as well. And I'm also thinking about making this a series, so continuing with like Concealers 101, Blush 101, Bronzer 101, all in separate videos. So if you end up liking this video, let me know down below if this is something that you're interested in, this new series that is. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and find this helpful, and please keep watching. First thing first, the purpose of foundation. I personally feel like the purpose of foundation is to conceal and hide those dark spots or acne scarring, and just to also create a blank canvas and a base for the rest of your makeup. Me personally, I do have dark spots, red spots, some discoloration, dark circles, and creasing under my eyes, I guess. And I find that foundation helps just completely give my face a whole blank canvas for me to work on. I also feel like foundation helps polish a whole look. So it's going to let everything sit beautifully on the skin, your blush, your bronzer, your highlighter. I feel like just everything looks so polished and crisp and clean. But of course, you know, depending on your skin type, you may not need foundation. And if you don't, then lucky you. So then that kind of ties into why we use foundation and the benefits of foundation. Again, it just polishes the whole look, make everything look crisp and clean. It creates a perfect base for you, and if you have like oily skin, which I'll talk about soon, then it helps control your oil throughout the day so you don't feel super greasy and oily and like your face is melting off. And the most important thing when you're trying to find a foundation, in my opinion, is knowing your skin type. By that I mean, do you have dry skin? Do you have sensitive skin? Do you have oily skin? Do you have normal skin? Do you have combo skin? I personally have combination to oily skin / sensitive skin. So I'm not very fortunate in that category. I have to be very careful with certain foundations. If there's a high fragrance in there, I typically don't go towards that because my skin is so sensitive and I will break out. And I'm going to show you what I have here. Of course, it's going to be all foundations towards oily skin, but I'll tell you what you can look for if you have the normal to dry skin or dry skin types as well. Foundations give you a little hint on what kind of foundation that they are. For example, this are for people who have dry skin or normal dry skin. This is a tinted moisturizer, but it's going to work because this is a radiant tinted moisturizer. Those are keywords that you want to look for if you have normal to dry skin. You want to look for luminous and radiant and healthy glow. Anything with those words means that it's going to bring hydration and moisture and give your skin a nice glow. And if you have oily skin, you want to kind of stray away from that because that's going to add more glowiness on top of all of your natural oils. Oily skin, a couple things here. Look for a mattifying and oil control, long lasting, long wearing, and oil free, etc. if you have oily skin. If you have combo skin, I would again more so go towards products that do control oil because you can always add your own glowiness into your skin, but you want your base to be nice and matte. And then if you have sensitive skin, you're going to want to look for products that again say oil free, fragrance free, paraben free, and hypoallergenic. And sometimes your skin will be able to handle certain chemicals and maybe some fragrances if you do have sensitive skin. Unfortunately, with foundation, it all pretty much is trial and error. Any foundation can work different for anybody depending on your skin because everybody's skin is different. The next topic that I wanted to talk about is knowing your skin tone or finding your skin tone and your undertone. I personally have very warm skin tone and very warm undertones, so I like, hi, he wants to make an appearance. I like very yellow toned foundation. The foundation that does a really good job to catering to everybody's skin tones is L'Oreal True Match. And I say this because, like I said, I have yellow undertones. I have the version, they have 3 different versions. They have cool, natural, and warm. And so I chose a foundation that says warm, which means that it's going to have a yellow undertone. So there's not going to be any pink in this foundation, which I like. It'll say cool, and that'll mean that it'll have more of a pink undertone, and then natural if you have beige undertones or something like that. If you don't know your undertone, usually it is pretty easy. There are some little tricks to help you. One is, do you wear gold jewelry or silver jewelry more often? What do you like more against your skin? If you usually follow gold jewelry, then you typically have more warm undertones. And if you like more silver jewelry, then you typically have more blue or cool undertones. Again, that is just a myth and just one way that you can kind of lean toward. The other one, I believe, I don't want to give you the wrong information, but you can check your veins. If you have more blue veins, I believe that means you have more of a cool undertone. If you have more green veins in your wrist area, then you have more of a warm undertone. Again, I'm just doing that from things on what I've heard, and that has personally worked for me as well. But just try get a cool toned, a warm toned, and a neutral foundation and see what you like best on yourself. For example, I have 3 of the same foundations right here, but I have 3 different shades. So we have 200 soft beige, 201 classic beige, and 203 true beige. So 200 soft beige is going to be, in this case, it's going to be like your neutral shade. And I hope you guys are going to be able to see what I'm talking about. Then we're going to have classic beige I'm going to put in the middle. It's going to show you what a pink undertone would look like. Oh, that was a lot. And then on the side here, I'm going to put true beige, and this is what's going to show you what a warm undertone looks like. So hopefully you guys can see this right here. This one right here is the soft beige. And as you can see, it is very neutral and very just like your typical beige. Then the next one is going to be 201 Classic Beige. I don't know if you can notice that pink undertone in there compared to the other two. Has more pink. And then this one up here is going to be 203 True Beige, where as you can see there's a lot of gold and a little bit of orange in this one as well. This foundation itself is so inexpensive, I believe it's like $5.99, so it was a perfect way to get each different shade and see what looks best on your skin. I usually like the soft beige and then the true beige, these two. This one is way too pink for my skin. It looks very unnatural and just weird for me. Right, now let's talk about some different ways that you can apply foundation. The easiest way and the least expensive way is using your fingers. It's a very effective way to apply foundation. There are certain foundations that I prefer actually using my fingers with, and that is more cream foundations because I feel like it blends nicer and it helps warm up the product beforehand. Another way that you can apply foundation is with a beauty sponge or a beauty blender. And of course you want to get this wet first so it gets very squishy and then it will not absorb all of your product. Now, a lot of people say you don't want to use this with water-based foundations, such as the Revlon Colorstay is a water-based foundation. L'Oreal True Match is a water-based foundation just because it is very liquidy. I actually like using a sponge for those, but again, just trial and error on how you personally like to apply a foundation. Using a sponge is going to give a very light coverage and a very flawless finish, and it's also very nice to build up foundation as well. I have a couple other brushes to talk about. My 2 favorite brands of brushes to use are the Real Techniques. You can get this at the drugstore, at Target, at Fred Meyer, a Super Fred Meyer, etc. And I really like using the Real Techniques stippling brush. So a stippling brush is again going to give more of a lighter coverage and it's going to give you another flawless finish as well. And you can kind of see what it looks like here. It has a flat top, this one does. And these are fairly affordable too at the drugstore, so I love this. And a very affordable brand is e.l.f. Cosmetics. You can get it on their website or at Target, and I believe Walmart. I think they're kind of breaking into all the drugstores now. This retails for $3. This is just like a powder brush, they call it, but it's just that nice, very dense, flat top brush that you could buff foundation in just in circular motions. Love it. And then my other favorite brand is Royal Care Cosmetics. You can purchase this online. They're very affordable for a whole set. It's just amazing. And my favorite one to apply foundation is this RC Cosmetics Flat Top Kabuki. This gives more of a full coverage finish because it is more dense and larger as well. You can just buff it into your skin. They also have a flat top kabuki, so instead of it being straight like this one, it's going to have more of an angle to it, and some people prefer that as well. And then you also have your dual fiber stippling brush where you can just blend into your face as well. And kind of just to wrap up this video, I'm just going to quickly mention some of my all-time favorite foundations. I will also link in the description box me using the foundations in action. I do think I have a video for pretty much all of these foundations, as well as if I've done a specific review and tutorial using the foundation itself. First, I'm going to start with the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Makeup Foundation. This has been around for years. It is amazing. It is so long lasting. It's buildable to be a full coverage foundation, and it just controls your oil like crazy. Love it. My current foundation right now is the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation that I was talking about earlier. That's what I have on my face today, and it can either be a satin finish if you don't want to set it, like a more natural finish, or it can be a matte finish if you do set it with the powder. The foundation that I love that I just talked about is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. This is also a very long-lasting, long-wearing foundation, and I feel like it just blends beautifully on the skin and gives your skin an airbrushed finish. Super full coverage foundation. This is a Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. It claims that it can even hide tattoos and cover tattoos. And yeah, so if you have problems with acne or acne scarring, this is a wonderful foundation. It is a little pricier. You can get it at Sephora, but this stuff is so heavy duty. Alternative to that is one of my all-time favorites, Covergirl 3-in-1 Stay Fabulous Foundation. It is very similar to the Kat Von D foundation in the formula and the coverage that it gives. It is just a little bit cheaper and looks more natural on the skin. The foundation that I love is the Colorstay Whipped Foundation. So this is like the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Foundation, just in a mousse form. So again, it just appeals to what your preference is. I think that covers everything I want to talk about for Foundation 101. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did enjoy and would like me to continue with a series of this, then please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. I think this would be a fun series to do. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already so you can stay up to date with all of my videos. And I'll talk to you all in my next one. Bye!